It was a bitter December evening, and the small town of Frostwood lay nestled under a blanket of freshly fallen snow. The air was so cold it stung the lungs, and the only sounds that pierced the silence were the crunching of footsteps on icy sidewalks. The townsfolk had always whispered about Frostwood Manor, an imposing mansion that stood at the edge of town, its windows shattered and its halls echoing with an eerie stillness. As legend had it, the mansion was cursed. It had once belonged to the wealthy Pembroke family, who mysteriously vanished one cold winter night many decades ago. Since then, the manor had been abandoned, left to decay in the unforgiving winter winds. No one dared to venture near it, especially after dark. On this particular night, a group of friends decided to test their courage. James, Emma, Alex, and Lily were known for their adventurous spirits, and fueled by the thrill of the season, they decided to explore Frostwood Manor. Armed with flashlights and wrapped in layers of warm clothing, they trudged through knee-deep snow towards the imposing structure. The mansion loomed larger and darker as they approached, its broken windows like empty eyes watching their every move. Creaking open the rusty gates, the friends entered the manor with trepidation. The air inside was thick with a musty smell, and the darkness seemed to swallow their feeble beams of light. As they explored room by room, they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Cold draughts whispered through the halls, and the faint echoes of distant footsteps played tricks on their nerves. Each room seemed to tell a tale of the Pembroke family's tragic end, faded portraits, abandoned toys, and furniture draped in dusty sheets. The atmosphere grew more oppressive as they ascended a grand staircase, leading them to the upper floors. It was then that they heard it, a soft, mournful wail that echoed through the halls. The friends froze, their breath visible in the frigid air. The wail grew louder, filling the air with an otherworldly sorrow. A door at the end of the hallway swung open, revealing a room shrouded in darkness. Against their better judgment, the friends approached the doorway, their flashlights trembling. As the beams of light pierced the blackness, they gasped in horror. Standing in the center of the room was a spectral figure, a woman in a tattered gown, her long, disheveled hair obscuring her face. She beckoned to them with spectral hands, her wail now a desperate plea for release from the shackles of the afterlife. Terrified, the friends stumbled backward, desperate to escape the haunted manor. The air grew colder, and the oppressive presence seemed to follow them. Racing through the darkened halls, they reached the main entrance, slamming the door shut behind them. As they stood outside, panting in the freezing cold, they looked back at Frostwood Manor. The once dark windows now glowed with an otherworldly light, and the mournful wail continued to pierce the night. The friends never spoke of that night again, but the legend of Frostwood Manor persisted, a chilling tale that echoed through the town every cold December, reminding everyone that some mysteries are better left undisturbed.